consciousness of beauty. Okay, so this is what I specialize in. Yes, midlife makeovers, and this is part of it, right? Because who doesn't want beautiful hair, skin, and nails, right? So the awareness of what your body is asking for, that's what it is. It's the awareness. So it's as an individual for you as it is for me or for the next woman. And that's why you need to, read your signs, right? Be a psychic sleuth of the tale of your inner and outer beauty, your wisdom and your love. So for many, it's a lifetime trying to figure out how to get it. So it's similar to like knowing your purpose, right? So at what age did you become aware of that, right? And if you're not really quite sure if you've made it to the end of that mystery, then you're probably not quite there yet, right? So, but we're literally right now being required to complete with the old, and this must be finished prior to being cordially invited into the new age of non-dimensional, ageless beauty, of accelerated conscious awareness, to gratefully expand your personal knowledge and wisdom, and to usher in your newfound abilities and timeless possibilities. Beautiful skin, it's the bio balance. Okay, so the bio balance means you're working with nature. Okay, so we're not relying on product. Like if you do an online search and you're like, how to get beautiful skin, you're going to come, all these websites are going to come up. The search results are all going to be, trying to sell you product. I know that's what happened when I was doing some research online, although that's not where I get my content. That really is not. You can't really find what you're looking for, the real truth, right? Sometimes you gotta really dig like 50 pages back or something, but really it is nature that we are working with that's going to give us the best results. So using what nature gave us on our skin, you want these organic ingredients, not what's in these things. Again, I mentioned yesterday that they're not, FDA doesn't even require, at least in the United States, doesn't even require that they put the ingredients on the label of what is in those cosmetics and health and so-called health and beauty aids, right? They're not required to tell you what's in it. And it's scary because they are allowed to put in all kinds of toxins and not tell you about it. That's the scary part. And we are so trusting, like, oh, isn't this a beautiful package? I love it. It's so, beautiful. It looks so nice sitting there on the counter. Well, you could take these beautiful packaging and just put your own cream, beautiful nature-derived creams or whatever you have in there as well, although I don't do that, but you could. But really what I do is I use jojoba oil. All right, so jojoba oil is an oil, it balances the biome of the skin. Okay, so what you're looking to do is eliminate soaps, anything with those surfactants, I guess that's how you say it. They are damaging to the skin. All right, the only place that you require soap, and just regular natural soap, not antibiotic anything, are the armpits and the dairy area. Okay, it's really all the only place you need soap, just regular natural soap, right? Everywhere else, don't touch your skin with that stuff. Okay, you're gonna want to use beautiful products that match the skin. Okay, so jojoba oil balances the biome. It keeps your cells plump. It's a liquid, waxy like kind of plant wax, and it goes over the sebaceous glands, and it unplugs your pores. You might think, oh, how is oil going to, it's going to plug your pores, but it actually does the opposite. It unplugs your pores by dissolving the oils, right? So let's do a clearing for the oil and sweat glands. All right, so let's do that. I already started it, so I'm going to find out where we are with oil and sweat glands. So about 85% of the way there. So this would be letting go of anything that is blocking optimal function for the oil and sweat glands is what we're looking for here. There's other oils too, but there's many oils that go rancid. So really, jojoba is the one that I found that works the best for me. So you want to be, yeah, jojoba oil for the face. That's right. Yeah. Or anywhere on the skin, really. You take a organic cotton ball or a nice organic washcloth with some water, purified water would be good, not just really out of the tap. And then just put a little oil on it, and then you can really lightly, you're not scrubbing anything, really, you're not at all, okay? But when you look at it, the dirt comes off, right? So if you've been, I can tell if I've been outside or did something, went somewhere that day, because then you'll have more dirt on the cotton ball or whatever it is you're using. And or if I've just been in the house all day, it's a little different. You can tell there's still dirt though. If you like, my house is not that dirty. Where did this come from, right? So you can tell, right? And so very oily skin since age 12. The oils unplug the pores by dissolving the oil. The jojoba oil will dissolve that sebum, it's called. So that's the oily skin, right? So we're told, use those soaps, but that is just exacerbating the situation with the oily skin. So yeah, it seems counterproductive to think that you would, want to put oil on oily skin. Yeah. So the inner glow. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to mix the life force of the plant in with our microbiome. This is the secret here. So the essences that they produce, they produce lipids, which are moisture, and then they work really synergistically with our cells, their essences. So they turn on electrons, and I spoke yesterday about having these receptors on the bottom of the soles of our feet to accept the electrons from the earth. Well, that's what these oils will do. The oils, pure organic, you want oil. That's what they do. They will turn on these electrons. They'll stimulate your circulation. They'll have anti-inflammatory properties to them, and then they keep the collagen healthy too. So they actually protect us the same way that they protect the plant. So against any pathogens, toxins, whatever it is, and helping the friendly bacterial flora that we're looking for. And so they're removing toxins, they deliver nutrients, and they actually stimulate the cells, right? So this is why we're looking at using them instead of anything else that man would have created that really is no competition to it, the beauty of the plant world. There's nothing else like it. You cannot duplicate that. It's not something that you can just make in a lab, no matter how much they say that it is. So now, what causes the skin aging? The accelerated aging of your endocrine glands. Really, it is. And so what can cause your glands to become compromised? A lot of different things. There's lifestyle, environmental toxins, attitudes, emotions. Yeah, we said in the gut digestive microbiome live stream that the physical didn't just start from nowhere, right? The physical was the last manifestation of something else that has been occurring for a long time. So it could be emotions, it could be your anger, it could be, an attitude. If we're in, moody a lot, or, always kind of judgmental or snappy or whatever, those things, over the course of time, that's what shows on our face. DNA has a part in it. Dark energies, yes. There's things that are compromising humans, and I will say women quite a bit. That's what I found. There's things that are compromising to women in the dark energy that will stop us. And by stopping us, I mean what could be considered. There's curses, right? There's dark energies, but there's also curses, and I'm clearing curses. That's part of the clearings that I'm doing, because they stop women from being beautiful and being empowered, right? So if we're always, concerned that we don't measure up, well, what is that doing? It's taking headspace where we could be creating, we could be doing these beautiful, wonderful things. But if we're sitting there going, oh my gosh, look at, oh no, what's happening to me? All of a sudden I turn 45 and boom, look, I don't look like, I used to. They took my pretty away. What's going on? And yes, if we're doing that, we're not doing things that we could be, experiencing with our lives and being on purpose and creating, right? So there's a lot of dark energies and cursing and curses. Past life traumas, absolutely. Things have gotten in the way. Uncovered a few people, somebody who in a past life was drowned and never had completion over that. That was, somebody had drowned her, right? It wasn't like an accident. And so she had these, marks on her skin, the sagginess, right? She's almost like, when someone drowns, but you look like her or something, but the saggy skin was attributable to that, interestingly enough. And another past life trauma, somebody was burned to death, intentionally burned to death. And of course, no resolution around that. Once you're burned to death, you have terror and all kinds of things that you go out with. Well, you come back in with those things too. You don't know it, but now you've got like, burns. There was burns on the skin. So now you could have lines, wrinkles, whatever, right? So that comes back in. And when we clear those past lives, we can actually allow things to, have their resolution and come to completion. So there's a lot of things. Now, if you've had a session with me, we've gone over past life traumas with some people. If that's what's coming up, if you're telling me, hey, these are my problems and my issues, what's behind it? A lot of times we have come up with some past life traumas for you. And if you haven't had a session, you can book one with me just individually, or ask me during your next session coming up. Ask me if there's some past life regarding a trauma that's unresolved, and we can look at that. And programs, yes, all kinds of other programs. So we'll get into that and a lot more. So aging causes our stem cells really to diminish in their abilities to keep us healthy and to heal our bodies. So our organs and the glands, they can't repair themselves optimally then. And we start degeneration of our immunity, our digestion, which we covered, and circulatory, respiratory systems, our cellular energy. So that's our skin, our hair, our nails, bones, joints, muscles, and all that. So what you can do yourself? Well, you can eat healthy, stay hydrated, avoid processed foods and that sugar. And what you put in your mouth is going to influence your skin's microbiome. It's either going to make it healthy or destroy it. There's really, that's it, right? So what if you've got this, on your plate or on your fork and just look at it going, I'm not sure, yes or no. I don't think that's going to make me prettier, right? You can identify and remove your trigger foods. You want to limit your foods that are known skin irritants, like dairy and gluten. And gluten, read up on it. Just read up on the dangers of gluten, or, what the harm it does to your body. It is not good. And so a lot of people aren't feeling gluten symptoms, right? They don't feel like, well, I don't have gluten sensitivities. Well, maybe not outside, but your insides, it's not so good. Not so good. So now you also can sweat. If you exercise or you go into a sauna, or they have the infrared saunas. I've got a naturopath. She's got one in her office. So you can go down there and just use. And they increase the blood flow to the skin and let things sweat out, because this is our, elimination gland, the skin. It's like our largest one besides, we've got the colon and lungs and kidneys and so forth. But the skin is the largest one, and it nourishes your skin with vital nutrients and oxygen when you sweat. And then those harsh soaps, we talked about that, and hand sanitizers, whatever chemical is in there. Let your microbiome thrive. Don't kill it off. So letting the good bacteria stay on your skin. So using a real gentle You know, and it doesn't even have to lather. What's with the lathering? It doesn't have to lather. That's a chemical. Actually, I heard it was Agent Orange, same compound they used in Agent Orange, which is in Vietnam. Not good. And the GIs that came back had these Agent Orange toxic overdoses. It was wasn't good. But you want to look for maybe like a coconut derived soap, and they have them. They have shampoos, body lotions, body wash, all that, just as effective, right? So rather than a detergent. And you want to take care of your gut. So as we already talked about, the skin issues are directly influenced by your gut microbiome. So supporting that healthy gut supports your skin microbiome and ultimately your beauty. So that's why we had to do that first, and that's in the works for you right now. So your DNA code contains instructions of how your body is going to function. So the relationship that your ancestry has in your health and longevity is written in your family DNA. So I've also included doing DNA clearings here, and it would be programs around premature aging, any kind of health challenges playing out right now, with your skin, hair and nails, and the whole biome balance thing, right? So these are the programs that I included, and then of course the different problems that they can cause. So the secret is to release this recessive DNA and change the course of your life and that of your offspring. Yeah, so this can actually work for your children too. Clearing the dysfunctional code is like a deprogramming of your set programs in the DNA. So we just want to leave just the youthful code frequencies of beauty, love, and perfection. And so collagen is a protein. So it's going to provide the shape and firmness to the skin. That's what it does. It provides shape and firmness, just like a firm mattress. You want the firm mattress. You don't want that soft, cushy mattress. You want the firm mattress, and that's what collagen does. It's a building block for your bones, skin, hair, muscles, tendons, ligaments. Keeps the skin firm from sagging and giving you that plump, youthful look. So collagen is one of the optimized activations that we're doing. So let's just see having optimized collagen production is what we're going for here. Now, of course, we already talked about how collagen can break down, and I think that's the next slide here, but let's look at your body naturally makes collagen, which is the good thing. That's why we're able to right now boost it. And this production decreases with age. Usually in our mid-20s, it slowly begins to lose collagen, and then we can lose up to 30% of that production in the first 5 years of menopause. Yeah, so let's check right now. We're not going to accept that. I don't like that. I didn't like that sentence. Okay. 99, 100%, but that's wonderful. So we want to clear DNA programs in collagen and elastin fiber production that would affect our collagen production in skin, hair, nails, bones, tendons, circulatory, lymph vessels, healthy muscle mass, and digestive tract. So this is where we require having collagen and elastin. So in the DNA, let's just check for faulty programs and see where the clearing is with that. Clearing all faulty programs in DNA for insufficient collagen and elastin production. DNA programs. All right, so here's where there can be programs in DNA around that melanin level, the hair color. Things can be, hypothalamus can regulate things, or the DNA programs in hypothalamus for regulation. Thickness, strength, luster of the hair, hair loss, male pattern, balding, But you know, it can also be for women too. Estrogens and so forth. But there's too much hair also, or it could be estrogen dominance, polycystic ovaries, anorexic, excess hair, thyroid. You know, could be thinning, hair loss. Clearing DNA programs around that. That's where the thyroid is, where we're doing the work in the DNA. Nose hairs, ear hair, chin hair, excess going on there, and inflammation. So let's clear all these DNA programs. So another step then would be to get out into nature. We mentioned this before, but that's because it's so important. If we can go out with bare feet, or at least with socks on, or a moccasin, you know, something like that, so that we can continue to get those electrons up through the bottoms of the feet and actually accentuate the healing that we already started today. It would really definitely work in synergistically with what we're doing. Nature is what we are doing, okay? So without any stressful technologies, leaving your cell phone at home. And that link will be in the replay email as well.